Hello there. Welcome to another episode of Pre-Workout Chat. Today is Saturday, July 6th, 2024. And in today's topic, we're going to talk about some minor tweaks that I'm doing to my routine. So, yes, it's going to be another Excel episode. Anyway, so I have not worked out for the last 7 days, and that is because um, when I first started taking Turk Builder Plus, Turk Builder Plus. When I first started to take this and the GO2 Max, that was like June 23rd is when I first started taking it. And I was only taking, I'm taking the standard dosage of GO2 Max, which is just one capsule. But I was only taking one dosage of the Turk Builder Plus. So that's only like about 15 milligrams of turkesterone. And so I was taking only, again, just one dosage. I took that for a few days, didn't really feel anything. So then I decided to experiment and I upped the dosage of the Turk Builder Plus to 2 capsules, which is approximately 30 milligrams of turkesterone. And that had a amazing effect. Right away, I was able to feel the difference. And that difference came to, my strength and power, right? So normally what I do when it comes to my weight is I try to find a weight that I can feel like a stimulation from. For example, when I'm doing my bicep curls, like when I first started, I was only doing about like 40 pounds, 45 pounds or something like that. And then eventually, I was basically slowly adding weight each week. And, you know, around the time that I kind of like, after the 2 weeks of having COVID, when I started like back working out, I was only like pretty much able to do like about 50, I think 50 to like 60 pounds was my working weight when it comes to the bicep curls. But let me tell you, when I up this dosage, I felt like I can lift a whole lot more. Like the 50 to 60 pounds on the Easy Bar bicep curls felt like absolutely nothing to me. And so I just went ahead and upped it to 70. I felt like I could do a lot more. Like I felt like if I wanted to, just for the working set, because remember I was doing 3 sets by 12 reps. I felt like I could have almost did like 80 pounds if I wanted to. So you're talking about whatever your working weight is, you could pretty much push yourself by about 30% more with the taking the Turk Builder Plus. But again, it's going to vary from person to person, right? For me, it took me taking 2 capsules of Turk Builder Plus. For you, you might only need one, or you might need 3. Who knows? This is kind of like hit or miss. But before we continue, right? Before we continue, let's go ahead and look at my. Just want to just go ahead and look at this quick disclaimer. Please don't sue me. So anyway, that is the quick disclaimer. Now on with the show. I felt the effect. I went crazy. I had did like a upper body the 27th late at night, and then I ended up doing a lower body the 28th late at night. I went all in, like I just went crazy, and I think this was because of the Turk Builder Plus. The Turk Builder Plus, think about it. When you take something like a steroid, it helps you basically grow muscles a lot faster compared to just working out normally, because number one, the the steroids blocks cortisol. It increases your protein synthesis, which is going to increase your metabolism. So you're going to be burning more calories to maintain those increased muscles, which is going to overall reduce your fat. It creates this environment that's going to be very anabolic for like muscle development, right? And so that's pretty much what the steroids do, you know. And it also, like, by creating this environment that's conducive for muscle growth, is also and blocking that cortisol is also going to enable you to recover faster, right? So the whole selling point for Turk Builder Plus is a natural supplement that is derived from plants that is supposed to give you something close to steroid-like effects, right? That's the reason why somebody would take something like turkesterone. And again, you know, it's not the cheapest supplement. It's decently priced because this stuff is kind of hard to source, right? If you're trying to get the one that comes from plants. There are other ecdie steroids that you can take, and you know, those could be like a lot cheaper than the turkesterone, but is it going to give the same effects? I don't know. So yeah, so if you're going to be taking something like this, you're trying to get something as close to steroid-like effects. And I took it, and I had to up the dosage to 2 because 1 wasn't enough. And I felt like I got some of the steroid-like effects. Like, you know, when you, supposedly, I wouldn't know because I've never taken a steroid before, not even medically. But supposedly, when you take steroids, the steroids make you feel stronger, and it makes you feel like you can do more in the gym, so you could push more weight. And by you pushing more weight for longer periods of time, you're breaking down your muscles, and those muscles are forming micro tears, and those micro tears are getting filled with new tissue, and thus the muscle grows, right? So you still got to do the work, of course. I felt like when I took like the 2 capsules of the Turk Builder Plus, I felt like I got that magical effect of feeling strong and feeling like I can push more weight. And for the most part, that's what happened. I was able to do my full workout. As you guys know, when I had first started working out right after I had COVID and taking these supplements, I wasn't even able to complete the entire workout. Like, out of 13 exercises, I was able to do like about 7 or 8 of them. Same thing with the legs. I had a bunch of exercises that I wanted to do, but out of those, I ended up taking about 3 or 4 of them out. When I took the Turk Builder, I was able to do everything that I wanted to do, and I was able to increase the weight like about 30% on average. I was able to increase the weight by about 30% on average for every workout that I did. Of course, you know, if you do your research when it comes to bodybuilding or strength building, people will tell you your muscles get stronger before your tendons. And so I was pushing too much weight, and I overdid it thanks to the Turk Builder Plus. And I had to basically take a week off so that I can fully recover, right? Essentially, since I had worked out that 27th, I didn't feel like my muscles were fully healed until Tuesday. And for my legs, I didn't feel like the muscles was fully healed until Wednesday because I had worked out Friday. So basically, it took like about 5 days for the muscles to recover. But I can't really feel the tendons, but I could feel the muscles around the tendon. And so I still felt a sensation, and that to me was the sign that my tendons didn't fully heal yet. So that's why I decided to just go ahead and not do anything for the rest of the week. Even today, Saturday the 6th, I decided to just go ahead and not exercise because I really want to make sure that my tendons are not damaged. I do not want to stop working out for like 6 to 8 months because I done ripped the muscle, destroyed a tendon, or got to have surgery and all that stuff. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm 34 years old. I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't really bounce back like that, so I got to be a whole lot careful. So that's why I just decided to play it safe. Obviously, my ego got the better of me when I took the doggone Turk Builder Plus. That's going to be the side effect of Turk Builder Plus, your ego. That's the side effect. So that ego got me, and lo and behold, I had to take a few days off. But I'm back in the game. Tomorrow, I am starting my workout, but I'm starting my workout with some minor tweaks to the routine. So, what are the changes that I'm doing, right? Let's look at it. So we know these are the exercises that I'm trying to do, right? So I'm trying to do all this for the upper body. I'm trying to do all of these exercises right here. Lower body, I'm trying to do all these exercises right here. There was actually a few more exercises that were part of the lower body and the upper body, but I went ahead and scrapped those because ultimately I think I was diving into the realm of junk volume. Now, when I first formulated my workout, that's why I had everything set by 3x12. I was tracking everything, and I was looking at like the total sets and stuff that I was doing per body part per week. Originally I was trying to hit everything 2 to 3 times a week. And it just didn't work out that way. So eventually I kind of just kept it at 2 times a week. And that was kind of okay. But some of these exercises I just had to just kind of consolidate down. Everything was going okay, but I didn't really consider the entire workout session, right? So you have junk volume per body part, right? There's a certain number of sets that you can do per body part or muscle group that you could do within a week. Once you pass this number, and that the number of sets is usually somewhere between 20 to 30 sets is the magic number when it comes to the amount of sets that you could do each week that'll be effective for your muscle development. And once you get past, once you really go over 20, you're pretty much just have junk volume for that muscle, right? That particular muscle. But what about the workout session itself? At what point does the number of exercise you do become junk volume for the workout session? Not for the muscle group, but for the workout session. And I come to find out that doing 13 different exercises, you know what I'm saying, for a workout is it's not enough. And not only that, but I'm losing the focus. I'm screwing up through the form and stuff like that. For example, when I would do squats, when I would do leg day, I would kind of save the squats towards the end. And by the time that I'm doing the squats at the end, guess what? I'm not doing the form correctly. And my butt is only going basically as low as a chair, not going all the way down to my ankles and stuff like that. When I took the Turk Builder Plus, I was actually able to get my butt all the way down to my ankles and stuff like that. So I was really going deep in the squat, and that was kind of new for my quads, especially the tendons around my quad. And so ultimately, that's what caused my legs to basically require a few more days in order to recover. So, to cure that insanity, I decided to make some minor changes to my routine, and that's what you see before you. So the first thing you are going to notice is that each routine only has about 4 different exercises. And after each exercise is going to be about an hour of cardio, right? Um, and how I'm going to do this is I'm still trying to hit these my body parts 3 days a week, right? But I decided to have some exercises for some days and other exercises for others. Like, for example, when we're looking at day 1 of doing my push routine, you see a bench press, deltoid flies, decline chest flies, and a tricep push down. But when we go to day 3, we have a pullover, which is going to be the chest focused one. And to make it a chest focused pullover, you lock out your elbows. Shoulder press, incline chest fly, and an overhead tricep extension, right? So I'm still doing what I was doing the last time. I am getting, the tricep push down and the overhead tricep extension, except instead of trying to do it all in one routine, I am doing a push down one day, and when I do the workout, when I do the second time that I'm doing a push workout, I'm doing the overhead tricep extension, right? But again, essentially I'm going to be alternating, and this is going to be, again, for the main exercise, I'm alternating between a push, pull, push, pull, push, pull, right? And so that's how it's going to be. So I'm still doing all the exercises. I'm still hitting my muscle groups from different angles. A push down, a overhead. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I'm just not trying to do all of the exercises all at once, right? And so the plan is I'm going to be waking up in the morning, and I'm going to be taking my GO2 Max and GO2 Max right here, and my Turk Builder Plus, right? So I'm going to take one of each of these supplements, and I'm going to take it in the morning, and I'm going to do my main workout, right? And then I'll follow that by an hour of cardio. And it may be an hour of cardio, it may be an hour and 30 minutes of cardio. It's just going to depend on how I feel. I just put this hour down just as a representation. So that's going to be in the morning, right? Now we get to in the afternoon in the evening when I get home from work. So when I get home, so I'm trying to work out have 2 exercise sessions per day, right? When I get home from work, then I'll go ahead and do either a ab workout or a leg routine, right? So on the days that I do my push routine, I'll do ab work. And on the days that I do my pull routine, so working the back, right, I'll do leg work, because the back and the legs, it just goes together, especially when you're doing something like the deadlift, because it kind of hits that kind of lower back a little bit. But the deadlift really hits the hamstrings and glutes a lot more than the back. But when you're doing something like the squats, it kind of does hit like your traps a little bit and stuff like that, depending on, how you're moving that bar. Especially, it's the same thing with the deadlift, like how you're moving that bar, it could kind of work like your traps a little bit. So legs and back, I feel like they just go together, right? And so that's how I'm just going to do the routine. And again, as you see, I'm not overdoing it. Everything is still 3x12. I'm just doing 4 exercises in the morning, followed by some cardio. And in the afternoon, I'm doing 4 exercises. And the cardio in the afternoon is 100% optional. It really just depends on how I feel that day. The goal, ultimately, what I would like to be able to do, and again, this is just going to depend on the limitations of my body, the limitations of the diet, and the effectiveness of these supplements. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to strength train in the morning, do an hour of cardio in the morning, and then in the evening when I come home from work, strength train and do another hour of cardio. Now, because my exercises are only 4, I should be able to knock these out in about 30 minutes. So overall, I should be in the gym an hour and 30 in the morning and maybe an hour and 30 in the evening. So effectively, if I'm maxing it out, that's working out 3 hours a day. So again, here's the routine. The routine is on screen. Okay. So one thing that I want you guys to kind of take notice of, let's zoom in a little bit more. One thing to take notice of is when it comes to like working out, that you have like there's like about 7 exercises that are like the main exercise: the um, squat, pull up, bench press, uh, some type of shoulder press, deadlifts, um, yeah, shoulder press, deadlifts, bench press, pull up, squat. So it's like there's like 5 basic lifts that are just pretty much should be like 5 compound lifts, and these are like the main exercises that is going to be present in pretty much all of your routines. And so the main stuff that I'm really focused on, like for example the bench press, I do that 2 times a week. So that's why I got my schedule set up the way it is. The main stuff that I'm focused on, I hit those 2 times a week, and the auxiliary muscles that I am least focused on, I do that only once a week, and that's for each of my body parts. So it's the same thing, like even with like the lat pull downs, right? So if you notice, 2 times a week I'll do the lat pull down where it's like a wide grip, and only 1 time a week do I do the lat pull down where it's a neutral grip, right? So the wide grip and then the neutral grip, and that's only because it's going to work. If you do the wide grip, it's going to work pretty much your entire like lat muscles. But then when you do that neutral grip, it's going to kind of work that muscle that's like slightly underneath the lats, right? And so that's why I only do that like once a week. So that's the routine. And eventually, the hour of cardio, it won't be optional. Eventually, it will be just fully part of the routine. But for now, just to ease myself into it, it's just going to be optional. Now, the reason why I am trying to incorporate more cardio is because I was looking at my weight, and I looked at the scale. I don't usually kind of look at the scale like midway through the week, but I went ahead and looked at the scale midway through the week, and then I saw that I was like 365 pounds. So right now my weight is kind of wavering between 360 and 365. And even though I'm so focused right now on lifting weights for hypertrophy, and I'm also enjoying the increases in my strength, I still ultimately, for my health, because again, I'm morbidly obese, I still need to lose the weight. Now, I'm no longer hyper focused on trying to lose a lot of weight real quickly, right? Again, I have been a big boy for quite a long time. And for about 10 or 15 years, I have been in a never ending cycle when it comes to trying to lose weight. I'll, I'll create a fancy routine, a cool diet, maybe get a gym membership, or maybe buy something like a Total Gym. I'll do all of that. And for like the first week or two, everything is going good. Maybe a little hiccup every now and then, oh look, I didn't do an exercise this day, so now I'm not going to do an exercise for the rest of the week because I have to start my exercise perfectly on Sunday or perfectly on Monday. You know what I'm saying? And that will be a consistent that would be consistently happen. Or I'll mess up on the diet, then I'll self-hate myself, and then I won't do the diet, and I'll just stop doing the program, and then I'll be off for like about 3-6 months, and then I'll say, you know what, I need to make a change, and let me create this wonderful workout program, let me create this wonderful diet, or let me buy this workout program and diet, and the cycle continues on repeat, and it's never ending. This year was the first time that I tried doing something else where I'm going like, you know what? I want to build me some muscles. I want to build me some strength, right? So let me just go ahead and up my calories to the point, and it was again trial and error in the beginning, which was phase one. I was trying to figure out like how many sets, how many reps that worked for me. What's my working weight that works for me? How many calories? What type of diet? At first, I tried doing carnivore, but ultimately, carbs is what makes that workout awesome. And so eventually, I kind of fit in the carbs and stuff. So I'm just eating rice and veggies and fruit, and I just kept working until I found something that works, right? And when I found something that works, I was just basically going by like, how big I was getting and stuff. Like I could see the muscles starting to really develop and pop out a little bit. I definitely feel like I'm at least putting on like maybe somewhere between 0.2 to 0.4 pounds of muscle every week. I'm definitely was seeing the strength increase because my working weights were going up. I didn't record my 1 rep maxes only because I don't have a spotter and I'm not trying to hurt myself. I have a home gym. It does have some safety features, but not enough. So that's why I never really tried to measure out my 1 rep max. But I go by my working weight. And my working weight, I usually try to pick a weight that I feel like some type of stimulus from just doing one set. Like I try to pick a weight where I feel like after I do them 12 reps, I really can't do any more. And that's pretty much the weight that I go by. So it goes by the feeling. But generally speaking, each week I was adding like somewhere between 5 to 10 pounds of weight. Like again, like before when I first started bench pressing, I was only doing I think somewhere between 60 to 80 pounds. Now I'm doing somewhere between about 130 pounds. So that was just over the course of like 2 months. So something's going on, and that's how I gauge my progress by again the strength increase is how I gauge my progress and how much I can do and my recovery and stuff like that, which has gotten a lot better. That's how I gauge the progress for my muscle development. Let's see, where was I? So yeah, I'm making these tweaks to the exercise, and I do believe that the changes that I make will allow me to still continue to develop my muscles and grow my muscles at the rate that I'm growing it right now. It's just that, again, looking at my weight is not going down. My weight is basically staying relatively the same. It's just bouncing between 360 and 359 and 365. So it's just bouncing between these weights. But again, I still need to lose weight. So again, when I started the experiment, I already stated GO2 max was going to be the key for my weight loss. Um, Turk Builder Plus was going to be the key for my muscle building. I'm not interested in reducing my calories because I don't want to slide back into that cycle of trying to lose weight really quickly and stuff like that, developing a plan to lose weight real quickly and just ultimately crashing and stop doing everything, right? I don't want to go into, I don't want to go backwards, right? When I changed everything to do muscle building, everything has been great. This has actually been the longest that I've been working out consistently. Now, yes, there were some hiccups, over these past 3 months. I did have a minor crash, and I was off like a week, but I jumped right back on the horse. I did have COVID, and I was off for like 2 weeks, but I got back on the ball. Maybe prematurely, I got back on the ball. I'm still recovering from COVID, but I just couldn't take it no more. I just didn't like the idea of me not doing anything. And again, I don't know how long this cough with the COVID was going to last. So I just said, let me just get back into it, right? But again, ultimately, everything has been working out okay. The Turk Builder and stuff has been going well. The GO2 Max has been working. But the problem is that I'm not losing any weight. Like the weight is remaining relatively the same. Now, of course, my muscle mass is increasing, and maybe my weight is being reduced at a very snail pace. Like, let's say I'm building zero point 0.4 pounds of muscle every week, and I'm losing 0.4 pounds of fat every week. You know, that's what it feels like. That's going on. The fat is just basically just getting replaced with muscle. And so I need to increase that fat loss rate. So my solution, because again, I'm not going to reduce my calories, consuming 23 to 2,600 calories. And mind you, my basal metabolism rate is around like 2,800 calories. But consuming 23 to 2,600 calories is very optimal for my muscle development. I think if I go any less than that, it's going to be very hard for me to build the muscle, because I don't think I would be able to adequately get the sufficient amount of protein that I need. I would have to kind of go a little bit overboard with certain foods in order to get that protein. I would have to replace a lot of things, and I'm not interested in doing that. It will make my diet miserable, and if it makes my diet miserable, I'm just going to crash. So I can't do that. Which is why I want to buy Coach Greg Doucet's cookbook so that I can, do recipes that will be higher in protein and, lower in everything else. And but I still want to keep my calories around 2,300. So it bounces between 23 to 2,600. And for me, it works. I think when I try to go extreme by going to like 1,200 calories a day, when I go to those level of extreme, I just end up crashing. 1,500 calories, I just end up crashing. 1,800 calories, it's but I don't really, I can't really build anything. Like 1,800 calories, and I still feel like it takes me a longer time to recover. So like, again, if I wanted to lose weight, I can reduce the calories down, but do I have the discipline and do I have the motivation to keep it going? The answer is going to be no. Again, 15 years of an endless cycle is the ultimate no. There's not going to be any changes to that. I know myself well enough. When I was younger and in high school, I got stronger and faster because I was training on the boys swim team. I got up to varsity level. I think we also made it up to inner city finals and stuff like that. Uh, that's because I was training with a purpose. The purpose was to get uh, stronger and faster, and to perfect my form as a swimmer. That was the purpose. When I was in Army ROTC for about a year, back when I was attending the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign, I was actually losing the weight, and the reason why I was losing the weight was because I was training to get faster and stronger and be able to do work for long periods of time, so my endurance. So I was going on all these runs, I was lifting weights, I was doing all these calisthenic exercises. I was doing all of that with the purpose of getting stronger, running faster, being able to do work for longer periods of time, boosting that endurance. So that's what that purpose was. I have to work out with a purpose, and losing weight is not a strong enough purpose for me. I need to have something that's going to have real world implications. And for me, building muscle and increasing my strength is a good enough purpose for me to work out. So I work out to build muscle, to increase my strength. That's what I work out for. If you look at my reps and sets, of course, it's hypertrophy. However, you could see from my weights, how do I increase my stimulation? By increasing the weight. And so ultimately, in the long run, my strength goes up and my muscles go up. That's a win-win for me. Weight loss is just not enough for me. So that's why my calories, it's not really going to change. It's going to 2,300 is my magic spot. I don't like going under 2,300. I train to build muscle. That's why I'm always going to focus on the routine. So what can I do to lose weight? The only thing that I can do to lose weight is cardio. So that's what the GO2 Max is for. The GO2 Max is to allow me to do cardio for a longer period of time. And that's what it does. GO2 Max delivers. It delivered day one. So that's why I really like this supplement. Matter of fact, if I was going, like if you put gun to head and ask me between these two products, which one do I have to keep? It's going to be GO2 Max. And the reason why I'm going to keep GO2 Max is because it's immediately. Like I don't need to take 2 capsules or 3 capsules to feel anything. I only need 1 capsule. As a matter of fact, the suggested serving is only 1 capsule. It allows me to do the cardio like it's nothing, and you guys know how boring just doing regular steady state cardio is. So GO2 Max is like my favorite HTLT supplements. Turk Builder Plus is good and all and stuff like that. Like it allows me to push myself, but again, I don't really know if I can't really tell, or I haven't created the variables necessary to gauge about the recovery of the Turk Builder Plus. Again, maybe I have to take 3 capsules. Who knows? So the goal is to increase the cardio. And that's why I have my routine set the way it is. So I do my main exercise. So again, my upper body is like the ultimate focus, right? I do my main exercise in the morning, and then I do an hour plus of cardio. I come home, I do the secondary focus muscle, which is the legs and abs. I do that, and I might do another hour of cardio, and I'm trying to lose weight through the cardio itself. So just the cardio. So not the diet, even though when you look at most programs, the diet is typically the major source of the weight loss. It's not what it's going to be for me. I'm keeping my calories pretty close to my BMR, which is about 2,800 calories. So I'm still consuming somewhere between 2,300 to 2,600 calories. Again, you might as well just assume that I'm consuming what my BMR is. You might as well just assume that. So the weight loss, the caloric deficit, is going to come from the calories that I burn doing other activities besides breathing and moving my body a little bit. So it's going to come from me, lifting the weights, and it's going to come from me doing the cardio. And so if I want to increase that weight loss, I need to do more cardio. That's going to be the only solution that's going to work for me. Again, I'm not saying that everything that I'm doing is going to work from you. I'm just saying this is what's going to work for me, and that's why I'm doing that. And so that's why I changed my routine up to lift weights 2 times a day, 6 days a week, so that I can do cardio 1 to 2 times a day, 6 days a week. Now, I did kind of plug this into my, little forecast right here. And, I do see that, if all things is being perfect, right, I should be losing somewhere between 2 to 3 pounds every week. We could just average this out to just like 2, right? Let's see, what's the average? 2.6. So theoretically, all things perfect. I'm lifting weights 2 times a day, 6 days a week. Every time I lift weights, I should, because I'm only doing like those 4 different exercises. That may be like an overestimation. Let's see. That's about right. Again, I'm just trying to lowball how much calories that I'm going to be burning when I'm doing each workout session, right? So, if every time that I lift weights, I should, because I'm only doing 4 exercises, so I should burn about 200 calories based off of my current weight. And as my weight goes down, I should of course burn less calories. So you can still kind of average it out to, yeah, about 200 calories lifting weights. So lifting weights should be about 200 calories, and if I do that 2 times a day, 6 days a week, that's basically 12 days. 12 weightlifting sessions. And so that should burn. I should burn a decent amount of calories each week, right? And then when I do my cardio, I plan on doing it for about an hour. Last time I kind of measured it, I did like about 800 calories in an hour, but I just wanted to go ahead and kind of lowball it, so I kind of made it go down to about 700 calories for 1 hour at my current weight. So when I do that 6 days a week, because right now the second cardio that I do is optional, so I'm not going to count it. So I'm only going off of that 1 cardio session that I do. If I do that 6 days a week, that should burn a decent amount of calories. And this right here is the amount of calories that I burn, just moving around, me doing some cleaning, prepping stuff, going to work, moving around at work and stuff like that, walking around a little bit. This is about as much calories that I burn, just doing my normal day activities. And again, it has nothing to do with my basal metabolism rate. This is just the calories that I burn on top of my basal metabolism rate. So it's about 400 calories as well. So if I do this and everything is all perfect, I even increased my diet, because I did say I'm consuming somewhere between 23 to 26 100 calories, so we just might as well just estimate everything to be 2,600 calories. Again, all things being perfect, I should lose on average about 2 to 2.4 pounds a week. I think that's good enough. Um, 2 pounds a week average is actually pretty doable for me. Again, I'm not hyper focused on trying to lose a lot of weight, but if everything is perfect and everything is successful, then by like January 19th of 2025, I should be around 296 pounds. And I should have at least built up about 11 and a half pounds of muscle. So, pretty good, pretty good. That's my little estimation based off of the changes that I made to my current routine. And so we'll see how this works. The only thing I'm concerned about when it comes to this routine is going to again be the recovery, because ultimately, when you're looking at the timing between this push, my push workouts, or basically between these type of workout, you're kind of only really looking at somewhere like around 36 to 42 hours to recover. Um, I think when I was at my peak before COVID, I think this would be doable, but I won't know until I actually try it. So I'm going to try the routine starting tomorrow, and I'm going to see how that goes. And I'll record it, upload the video so you guys can see me doing the routine, and you can follow along if you want. But the routine is here. If you want to copy it, go right ahead. When I do my routines, I'll make sure to include the exercises and stuff that I'm doing in the description of the video. So if you guys also want to, just go by that. So yeah, that is, those are the changes that I made and why I'm making those changes. I know some people might like look at, the amount of, because if you've been with me from the beginning, you'll see that I have made changes and changes and changes to my routine. And I like to be more dynamic when it comes to my training. And I kind of got that from watching people like Sam Sulek, because he's very dynamic when it comes to his training. Yeah, there's a certain exercises that he likes to do, and he does what he feels like doing when it comes to exercising. And I kind of take that same mentality. There are certain exercises that I like, certain exercises that work for me and my the limitations of my body and the mobility. And I like to do what I feel like doing. And I don't mind creating a workout plan and making changes as need to, because I don't work for my workout routine. My workout routine works for me. So if there's changes in my life, I will make my routine accommodate those changes. If I have to get up for work earlier than what I used to, my routine will change. If I could go to work later than I used to, then my routine changes. If there's like a change in my life, like let's say I have a girlfriend and I have to spend more time, I'm trying to spend more time with her, then my routine is going to change. If I had children, my routine is going to change. I'm never going to nail myself inside of a small box called the routine and let that rule my life. No, it's the opposite. I rule the routine, and the routine works for me, and that's how I move. So I think some people might look at this and they'll get a little bit of annoyed, but I don't care. So I don't. So if you want to comment about that, you can comment about that. I make my routines work for me, and that's why I do that. Now, I do want to, um, you know, get better results for these supplements and stuff like that. Um, so that's why I'm trying to create like a set routine and just stay in that routine, because I want to reduce the variables, right? I want to reduce the variables so that I can give you guys better data, and you can use that data to, figure out for yourself, the whether these supplements are effective or not, and whether you would like to use them or not. Because again, this is going to be a long experiment. This experiment is set to end. 30 weeks. So this experiment is set to end the 19th. So that's why it's that particular date when I was doing this estimation. So the 19th is when I'm kind of like scheduled to end the experiment. So again, 30 weeks of taking Turk Builder Plus and GO2 Max. That's pretty much how that I plan on doing that. And I'm hoping that those 30 weeks, I'll be able to document me basically losing like about 70 pounds, right? Gaining about maybe 11, 12, maybe 15 pounds of muscle, hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Over the course of these 30 weeks. And if it's successful, then I will continue to take these supplements. And, if it's not, then I'll just stop taking the supplements. It's as easy as that. But I hope that the data that I can show you guys will be positive, and I will be able to prove or disprove the effectiveness of these supplements. Well, at least prove the effectiveness of these supplements for me. After all, everybody's different. So these supplements may, even if it don't work for me, it may work for you. And also vice versa. It might not work for you, but it works for me. Who knows? It's going to be hit or miss. The only real way to see is for you to try it yourself, and for you to hopefully record your results and upload that online so that the rest of us can learn, because that's how you create, that's how people learn and stuff like that. We could learn together. We could get strong together. We could lose the weight together, get healthier together, and just all together, just live happily together. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's all I have for today's video. I hope you guys found it informative. At the very least, I hope that somebody watching this video is able to see the brainstorming process and is able to kind of help them create their own routines. You know what I'm saying? There's wonderful routines that are free online. Coach Greg, he has some free routines. You can check out his website. You got routines that you can pay for, and everybody has a lot of wonderful stuff that's out there. I just like to be more of a do-it-yourself type of person, and so I like being able to create my own routines, to develop the stuff that I want to develop and the way I want to develop it. And I like, learning how to, do things for myself and holistic. That's why that's why I watch all of the type of YouTube content that's out there, that's why I watch the videos on sports science, because I just want to know, like, how do you do this and stuff like that. Where if I want to do this for another person, I could do that for another person. I'm not trying to. I'm an accountant, so I'm not trying to be a sports, trainer or anything like that. Like, you can forget that. I am very happy being an accountant, but I still just want to have the skills, because learning new skills is a beautiful thing. And, you know, the more you know, the stronger you are. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's it for today. There's nothing else. And remember, everybody, stay on the path. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.